Hello and welcome back to our YouTube channel. In today's video we're back in Portugal and we're on board this Princess V48 2006 model year. She's got the D9s, she's been reupholstered and a lovely painted hull last year. So keep watching, we've got lots to show you. I'm here with my colleague
Steve Handy.
Let's go, keep watching. So you've watched the intro to the video and I'm sure you'll agree this boat looks awesome with that grey hull and this colour upholstery. She really works and I think the owner's done a great job.
Yeah, it's unusual actually when owners repaint or paint boats, they usually do them in the same colour as the gel.
True.
This owner had the foresight to do it in a really cool steel grey, so it's just given the boat a really modern look.
Yeah, definitely. You can see here on the transom of the cockpit here, we've got the lifting garage. We'll cut to a bit of footage of that. This particular boat's just got an inflatable tender in there, perfect for getting ashore to a beach, perfect, I guess, for around here, running up the beach. The sun pad's huge, you could easily get 3 people across there. There are some sun poles, aren't there? We found some sunshade poles.
Yeah, stainless steel poles up here that just mount in this bases either side. We haven't seen the fabric, I need to check that with the owner, but I'm sure it's there.
And I think, I was just saying that having now done the photos of this boat, we've sold V48s before, and from a personal perspective, I can see this boat's been really well looked after. Things like the teak's good. Often the teak fails on these. The teak platform's all good.
Yep.
The teak generally in the cockpit is all in great condition. It's quite nice to see. She's got a passerelle, so she is full med spec, and she's EU tax paid, did you say?
She is EU tax paid. I've known the boat now for a number of years. We supplied it to the current owner.
Yeah.
She's done less than 800 hours, I think we'll check on the dash, but 770 hours. And having just been on it, you and I, and ran with the boat underway, you would never know this boat is a 2005 built, 2006 model. Yeah,
runs lovely. Let's head into the cockpit and just have a look at what we've got up here. Cockpit wise, we've got a huge wraparound seating section, ideal for chilling out, having lunch, whatever. Great big table with cup holders in the middle. Little things like the speakers have all been updated. These headlining panels here, I'd imagine at some point they've been replaced because they look in great condition. I imagine that they've probably been updated.
I appreciate I've just said it, but Tom, this design belies her age. She doesn't feel like a boat that's 18, 19 years old. This is amazing.
Behind you here, wet bar.
So you've got wet bar there with a griddle, big refrigerated cool box, which I can see we've filled up with our bags for now.
Griddle.
Yeah, electric griddle.
Immaculate. Gas
really
rams,
lovely,
all in great order. I mean, silly things like that, but when we get to see a boat like this, it's little details like that. The tap here, all in nice condition, not all corroded. Sink's all nice.
Yeah.
To me, when you're looking for a V48, you're looking at all the boats on the market, and it's nice to see one like this that presented nicely. Back aft, I didn't talk about it, but there's a lift-up hatch. We'll cut to a bit of footage, which is a huge lazarette area. So you've got a generator in that space, and then you've lifts up. We'll cut to that, and then in here you've got your engine room access. So this is a later one, so it's got the D9s.
Yeah, 575 horsepower.
Important on these V48s to have the D9s
with EDC controls.
Yeah, helm-wise, lovely helm. I keep going back to other boats, but on some V48s I've been on, we've had what I call the tacky dash, as in the fact that the material goes a bit sticky. This has not got that issue at all. It's
this
really
is
nicely
obviously been
presented.
repaired at some point.
Yeah.
I see this is updated as well. This Ray Marine equipment. That's nice to see.
And really quite up to date Simrad kit as well. So we've got got the unit there, which is nice, and then this remote handset, which is on a cord. Dash itself, I don't know if that's a wrap or that's actual carbon fibre, but it's a carbon fibre effect. If not, all very tidy. EDC controls, so electronic controls, and being a D9 boat, you've got the later generation of dials. So if I just turn ignitions on there, probably get engine fans now. And we might have turned the breakers off, but we'll have a look at that in a minute for the engine hours. Bow thruster, of course, and then you've got this huge opening roof, which we've got open. And what we think hopefully is good in these videos is that we're proving all this kit works. We're out on the water, the boat's ran really well today. We've got the roof open, and it's proving to you, if you're interested in this boat, she's up together, she's in operation, she's functional. The helm itself has got this nice bolster seat, so if you are operating this boat at speed, you've got a nice bolster. Okay, yeah, I've got a bit of a blind spot here, to be fair, but you have got this window behind you that you can still see forward. So yeah, really nice. And
yeah, very good.
co-pilot sort of chaise long there, which works well too.
Should we head down below?
Let's go and have a look.
Yeah. So before we film down into the accommodation space, shall we drive the boat?
Sounds good to me.
And talk to the viewer about what we think it's like to drive?
Perfect. Should we fire them up?
Yeah.
So we've got starboard engine, port engine, straight on the button, nice. Just checking gauges, pressure's coming up, spot on. Engine's already warm, obviously, because we've run here. Alternator doing their job. We've got half a tank of fuel. So, quick check around our scenario here, and we'll start taking her back in. I think, as you said earlier on, Steve, I mean, the boat feels smooth. She started lovely. You can see there on the button.
Tom, should we get her up to a slow cruising speed just so we can talk through what that's like?
Yeah, start picking the speed up a bit. I mean, very responsive on the throttles. She feels great there, just pulling up through the rev, so that's just coming up to sort of 1500 RPM.
Yeah.
Feel those turbos kick in. We've got no tab on at the moment.
Love that turbo sound on a Volvo. So if you just hang it there, so we're not quite on the plane, we're 13 knots, so let's get her on the plane. Yeah, 15, 16. Yeah, really nice. Absolutely love that really turbo nice whistle on these Volvo engines.
I mean, I'm going to put a bit of tab down there, a bit of bow down, but I mean, that's a lovely speed. What we're doing there, 18, 19 knots.
19 knots.
You know, we've got good sound levels. We can still easily have a conversation. I feel, I'm conscious of my surroundings. I can see where I'm going. It's nice.
This boat rides very smoothly, I have to say.
Yeah, she does. And that's just over, what, 1600 RPM. Temperature's all good, pressure's all good. Just pick her up a little bit more, pick her up to say 20 knots, just a bit faster.
Being a bit of a boaty nut, I'm loving the rooster tail at the back of this, considering she's got shaft.
Yeah, digging a big hole in the water, these princesses. So.
Yeah.
That's 20 knots, and that's a very, very respectable cruising speed, you know, covering a lot of distance there.
Yeah.
And she feels very, very sure-footed, very comfortable, and we're only ticking over, we're only doing 1700 RPM there.
Yeah, that's a good speed for that RPM.
Yeah, that's nice. So yeah, very nice indeed. We've got, we haven't mentioned, but we have got autopilot, so we're running a manual at the moment, but we have got autopilot. So if you are doing some longer trips, then quite nice.
And we didn't mention also that this Simrad VHF has been, the VHF has been updated to a Simrad unit, and that's the latest system. We did talk about the Raymarine hybrid touch system, but everything feels very, very up to date in this space. Really nice.
Yeah, it's a real treat to drive a boat like this. You know, that you feel confident in. You soon get a sense of a boat when you're driving it, whether you feel confident in it or not.
So you're in love with Portugal now, Tom?
I love it. The weather's great.
Where are we not?
We're not in the Mediterranean.
We are in the Atlantic.
We are in the Atlantic.
We are almost December. Yeah. We've got a bit more breeze today than we had yesterday, but we have this stunning weather, and I just don't think people understand what absolutely fantastic boating and weather, 300 days of sunshine every year in Portugal.
I think anyone that's looking at this video, you know, if you want to boat in Portugal, you can do it, you can afford to do it, come and give it a try. This is a perfect example of a boat to give it a try with. It's in great condition. Yes, so yeah.
I think it's worth pointing out, isn't it, that, okay, fine, she is an older boat, but what would you pay for a newer version of something like this? Well over £1 million now, plus VAT?
Definitely, well over £1 million. I mean, it's a, you know, there's a lot of kit on here, it's got big engines. You know, like you say, this replacement value today, you're £1 million.
Yeah.
So this is great value for money. So I think, should we head back into the marina and then we'll go and do the accommodation when we get back in?
Yeah, sounds like a good plan.
Let's do that. Back in the marina now, we've jumped down below decks on this V48, and it's typical, very classical Princess, isn't it? I mean,
yeah, although the veneers in here, the wood, is unbelievable.
It's in great condition. There is some signs of the side linings that need attention, as we mentioned earlier on. There are headlinings in the side panels, but other than that, yes, the carpet you might change at some point or get cleaned, but it shows really nicely down here, I think.
Yeah, I think all the major stuff, like the veneers, which often would have blooming or delamination at this age, has none of that.
No.
And it's still extremely... I mean, I just look at the dining table.
Yeah, the gloss on it.
It's like the day it left the factory. So I think that's really important, that the veneers are good. This Korean worktop, the galley worktop's really good. This fridge has clearly been changed at some point, so that's got a new isotherm stainless steel
and an
fridge.
updated television there at some point as well.
Yeah.
Just talking about other features in the saloon, so what we've got here is the saloon table actually will fold down to create another double berth, so the cushions for that are in the aft cabin. You get a sense down here, I think, of the boat's length here. The saloon's quite long. I don't know if you agree, it's quite a long saloon. So the cushions there, that goes down, the storage along those top boxes, and behind you, Steve, if you open that panel there, I spotted the Princess control panel, which
is very nicely done. Very, very nicely done.
Well laid out, I think, and it just shows you the level of engineering behind the scenes on this type of boat. There's lots of systems, but it's all nicely detailed, 12 volt, 240 volt, etc.
Do you know, I get the overall sense here that when people ask me as a broker why would I buy bigger and older versus smaller and newer? Because of course, same money. This is a pedigree brand, pedigree boat builder. We know Princess, Sunseeker, Fairline, these British manufacturers produce good products. And when you're on here, you can feel why buying an older boat just gives you so much more space.
Definitely, yeah.
And actually the way this is finished, as we said, okay, headlinings and some of the side linings need some investment. This is not major investment. This is work we can do locally and manage. But actually the Alcantara sofa's in really good condition. All the veneers are good. And actually I feel like I'm on a big boat.
Yeah, it definitely feels very smart.
And if I want to put my family on something and go out to sea, I want that inherent stability that comes with scale, size and weight. So from my side, I would rather invest my money in this. Okay, she's older, but what a great way of getting out on the water. A safer way for my family to be on the water.
Let's go and have a look at the forward cabin while we're down here. So,
Tom, I'll leave you in there.
Okay.
I'll look at the back when you're finished.
So forward cabin is the master cabin. So as we said in the saloon, the veneer follows forward into here, and you can see even in here it's all in great condition. The side lining panels here and the portholes in the forward cabin are actually fine. No issues there at all. There is a little bit behind the bed there which needs to be attended to at some point. Lots of storage in here. You've got these flip down cupboards here, and then behind the cameraman you've also got a full length wardrobe, but feels very fresh. There's no funny smells down here. It looks like all the lighting's been updated at some point to LED as well, which is a small point but a very beneficial point on this type of boat. So let's now head back down to the aft cabin and go and see Steve.
So ocean air aircon controller in here. I'm liking the fact that down here you've got an infill, so you've got a wooden infill partition here to turn this into a double bed, but two singles, which is nice. Importantly, nice big ensuite in here. Finished as you would expect for a boat of this era, but all in really, really nice condition. And as we talk about, the lacquers are all really good. All the GRP work in here is still absolutely amazing. So really, this boat is in very good condition. You've got wardrobe here on the port side, and a nice little area here, dressing area with some storage. So all finished really nicely.
So yes, the forward cabin of course has an ensuite. I just turn the light on. I'll jump into the shower just so you can see some sort of sense of scale. But as with the aft cabin ensuite, it's really nicely presented, in great condition. We found the boat like this. You can tell the owners looks after it, cares for it. It's all very smart. So I think what we'll do now is we'll head back outside the boat, and before we leave, we just want to show you the covers, because during the period of being down below, we've put the covers back on. Well, we haven't, but Tiago has. So we're going to jump back up and show you those because they're in great condition. So let's go. Join back up with Steve. Steve, I think this is a perfect opportunity to sort of finish this video off, but before we do, I just wanted to point out to everyone that's watching, the covers on this boat have also been updated and replaced. And I noticed doing them a minute ago, they're actually original, so from Flexi Covers in the UK, so they're original Princess equipment effectively, i.e. from Flexi Covers. You've also got a cover on the hard top, so that's great at protecting that canvas roof. Great to have that additional cover on top.
And as we talked about during the video, doesn't this grey hull look really
good? It is good. Bit of salt on it now from our exit.
There is.
Earlier.
She needs a wash. That's going to get done later.
Well,
so just to remind everybody, obviously it's a boat we've got listed for sale, so we've gone through our normal professional process of checking all the title paperwork, inspecting the VAT paperwork, so she comes with provenance. This is a credible boat, so if somebody wants the comfort of buying securely, they do it with us.
Perfect. Right. Well, thank you very much for watching this video. Please do subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up and even a comment. And if you want to see the full details for this boat, please look in the description below where you'll see a link to our website. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.